What is going on, YouTube? It's Tyler from Mission VR, where it's my mission to bring you guys good quality VR content. So I finally got around to getting into this video and making it, but we are reviewing Undead Citadel, a game that I have had on my radar for like 4 years, and I put it on my wish list, and then they sent me a copy of the game, and I just didn't get a chance to get to it until just recently, and it came out like 2 months ago, so apologies for that, but this is a game that might be worth you guys checking out. I did enjoy a lot of aspects of it, and there's definitely some things that I, talk about in the video that I think would bring you guys some value. So if that's the kind of thing you're looking for a gem VR game, something you haven't played, might have a little bit of a story and, has some great aesthetics, PCVR only, of course, this video might be for you. So make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and comment in the comment section. I do like reading your guys' comments. Also, today's video is brought to you by Kiwi Designs. They've sent me this head strap for the Quest 2. I do know that they are bringing out a head strap for the Quest 3 as well. I cannot speak enough good things about the quality of this thing. I mean, and just here, I bought one of these. I also bought one of these, and this one wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't bad. The comfort level on this though is unparalleled. On top of that, battery pack, allows you to significantly extend your battery life by, an additional 2 to 3 hours, depending on what you're playing, what you're doing. But overall, this head strap's amazing. I'm really, now that I have a Quest 3, I'm definitely looking forward to getting my hands on the Quest 3 version. But this is going to remain on my Quest 2, which will still have plenty of use in my house because there's, another person that's going to be playing VR with me here. So I'm sure she's going to enjoy the comfort level of this head strap. So definitely recommend this. It's going to be linked down below. So if you guys are looking to go ahead and pick yourself up one of these, and also once they release the Quest 3 one, I will put this down there as well, the Quest 3 version. So you guys can check that out in the Amazon storefront below. Without further ado, let's get into the Undead Citadel review. So first and foremost, the price. Right now, it's as a 20% discount for a deal in August, but the normal base price of the game is $30. So you're going to be paying $30 for this game, which I have to say, this is a game that I have been looking forward to for literally since they announced it 3 years ago. I have been following the updates. I thought the game was dead for a little while. It's not, and it ended up, finally coming out here this past summer, and I'm a little late on the review to it, but I did finally get to play it, and I do want to share my thoughts with it. So content wise, you're paying $30 for this game. I think it's steep. I'll be honest, I think it's steep for what's in the game. That does not mean the game is not good. It does not mean what is in the game is not solid. I just think that it's a little steep for what you're getting in the title. That being said, the story took me about six, maybe 7 hours to complete the whole thing, and I played some horde mode for a little bit, which again gives me the same kind of feeling where I'm like, I wish there was more for how long the game was in development for. I don't think there was enough content in this game to justify a $30 price tag. I think a $20 price tag for this game would have been the right call, just because it's just not a ton of content. That doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed the aesthetic in the playthrough of this game. The game was challenging. There was some really hard moments in the game where I was surrounded by the dead and in some tough situations, and I died several times. And like usually games like this, that just doesn't happen to me. And I felt like this game was definitely very fast paced with some challenging moments to it. And I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the variety of weapons. There's a strong variety of weapons in this game and a ton of different play styles, and they all do definitely feel different, which is something I really enjoyed. Again, I think I go back to with the content side of things. My biggest downside to this is just there just wasn't enough levels, and there wasn't enough to the story that, this could have been really expanded upon to make it an incredible title. If they would have had maybe, 6 hours more to the story than they did, I think that this game would probably have different reviews than mixed on Steam. I think it's mixed simply because there just wasn't enough content. And I felt like as well, the other thing I think that could have really benefited in this game was maybe a couple more enemy types, as well as a couple like legendary status weapons that, you could get. I think that really this game could have been one of the most standout Undead games of the entire year. Had they gone with maybe the first boss fight, is only level 1, and there was maybe, three of those levels. So maybe a 20-hour plus campaign, which I know is asking a lot for an indie VR game, but the game was in development for a long time. So, even a 15-hour campaign, I think would have been really nice and add some, some really unique weapons that I think would have made killing the undead a little bit more enjoyable. Not that it wasn't enjoyable. The physics worked pretty good in the game, and I felt overall the graphics on at least my PC, I was able to run pretty good. And there was definitely some moments that I felt like a true badass in this title. But weapons overall were really strong. Enemy variety could have been a little bit better, but definitely wasn't bad. I think that there was enough variety, and there was some small little details that we'll talk about in the graphics section that I thought was really, really good. But overall, the enemies definitely required some, some serious work to take down at times, and I overall really enjoyed that part of the experience.
I'd rather not cross the cemetery, but this seems to be the only feasible path. By all the demons in hell! Now I understand where you come from! What the hell? Are you my worthy vessel? All right, I already know how this mechanism works. Damned beast! I'll bury you in the putrid hole you crawled out of!
So moving on to our overall sound design here, I think that the sound design of this game was actually pretty solid. The only complaint that I would have is that there was times that my character's voice was actually really, really loud. It was like ear-splittingly loud at times, and I was like, okay, like we don't have to be that loud. Like I'm right here, I can hear. Other than that, the sounds of the undead definitely pretty good. Weapon sounds all worked well. You get the clang off of armor and off of weapons off each other. Like it satisfies me. Music again was another one of those things that I think that it was just good. I didn't notice any like particular moments where I was like really like holy shit and like blown away by the soundtrack or the sound design, but overall a solid sound design that did not take me out of the experience in any way. So when talking about our graphics here, this is an area that I think this game shined in for me. Personally, I have an RTX 3090 graphics card, so I was definitely able to push, the graphics to a good level on this. Of course, I'm playing on a Quest 2 with a link cable, so I wasn't able to get quite the lowest latency that I wanted to, but the game looked really, really good. I also played this on the Pico 4 via PCVR, which I actually thought was a much more enjoyable experience. The Pico 4's graphics were just overall better. I think the lenses are just better than the Quest 2 for this game. I could see the colors more. I could see the clarity more. It was just an overall really great experience. But graphically, I thought this game did some really impressive small little things, such as the shadows, such as just the fire effects that you could see in the game. And then, of course, one of the biggest ones that I noticed was I was using a blunt weapon, a big hammer, right? And I'm fighting this big giant guy. And I smacked him up the head, and he went flying, and then I took out a couple more of his enemies. And when he got back up and started attacking me again, I noticed there was a big dent on the side of his helmet where I hit him. Those little details in VR, when I noticed that, I was like, that is pretty freaking cool. So his helmet's almost broke. And then, of course, in the next swing, I broke his helmet and was able to crush his head. So I finally was able to kill him. But just a little small detail like that goes a long way. And, of course, the physics-based combat was always really good. But the graphics and the overall environment and the presentation You know, the whole idea of the game is you're going up to fight against a boss at the top of the Citadel, and you have to work your way. The whole game is basically you work your way through the Citadel. It's a good experience, and I think the environments are really good. And there's some different some moments where you're in the morning, and then there's some moments you're at night where it's raining, and there's some moments where it's just kind of daytime. Definitely did a good job with the overall presentation, the environments. I thought the graphics were really beautiful in this game. Definitely a 10. So when it comes to my verdict on Undead Citadel, I really enjoyed my playthrough of this game. I actually sat down and I had the game up on my computer screen and was playing through it with the sounds being mirrored from Steam VR. And my fiance was watching me play the whole time, and she was, you know, putting her input in and where I should go and stuff. I had a great time playing this game. I can't say anything bad about it really, other than the fact that I think the length was a little bit off. That being said, I didn't really run into many bugs in the game as well. You know, you get the occasional stuff that you expect in all VR titles, clipping through things, you know, stuff falling through the map. I mean, that's just normal stuff, but it was nothing that was game breaking that consistently happened to me that would have taken away from my play experience. Now, when it comes to my actual verdict on this game, I think if you're in the market and looking to maybe buy this game, I would wait for a sale. Like right now would be a good time to buy it. $23.99, still a little bit steep, but I think you're gonna, for $23, you're gonna get a 6 to 7, maybe 10-hour experience if you play the Horde mode and you really enjoy the combat, which it's actually pretty solid as well. The Horde mode in the game, pretty good. Definitely liked that. But if you are willing to pay $20 or so for this game, I think you're going to enjoy the experience. If you are maybe not so keen on spending $30, I don't think the game is worth $30. There's just not enough there. As much as it's a good game, it's not, the content-wise, it's just not enough for $30. But if you can get this game on a discount for, you know, $20, I think you're going to enjoy the experience overall and just have a fun time killing some zombies. Well, guys, that is it for this review of Undead Citadel. I really hope you guys found a gem here like I did. And if you did enjoy the video and it looks like a game for you, I don't think you're going to be disappointed by what you guys are going to play. You know, I'd love to have seen more in the game. I do understand that it is VR games require so much more development than, you know, standard games. You know, when it comes to the scalability of them, it just is much harder. And with technology getting much better, like AI and whatnot, these type of experiences are going to get much broader on the VR front. And I'm very excited for that, because this game, the only complaint I really had was there just wasn't more. There wasn't more looting. There wasn't more enemies. There wasn't more, you know, combat choices. Like, it was more of a streamlined experience, which is fine, and I enjoyed it so much. But like, I just kept thinking, like, wow, like, what if this exact style of game like was the scale of Elden Ring, right? It'd be incredible. So that's my shill for today. But if you guys did like this video, do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.